Deuteronomy 6. This is the commandment, the rules, the regulations that God, your God, commanded me to teach you to live out in the land you're about to cross into and to possess. This is so that you'll live in deep reverence before God, lifelong, observing all His rules and regulations that I am commanding you, you and your children and your grandchildren, living good, long lives. Listen observantly, Israel. Do what you're told so that you'll have a good life, a life of abundance and bounty, just as God promised, in a land abounding in milk and honey. Attention, Israel. God, our God, God is the one and only. Love God, your God, with all your whole heart. Love Him with all that's in you. Love Him with all you got. Write these commandments that I have given you today on your hearts. Get them inside of you, and then get them inside of your children. Talk about them wherever you are, sitting at home or walking in the street. Talk about them from the time you get up in the morning to when you fall in bed at night. Tie them on your hands, your foreheads, as a reminder. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your homes and your city gates. When God, your God, ushers you into the land He promised through your ancestors, Abram and Isaac and Jacob, to give you, you're going to walk into a large, bustling city you didn't build, well-furnished houses you didn't buy, come upon wells you didn't dig, vineyards and olive orchards you didn't plant. When you take it and settle down, pleased and content, make sure you don't forget how you got there. God brought you out of slavery in Egypt. 13 through 19. Deeply respect God, your God. Serve and worship Him exclusively. Back up your promises with His holy name. Don't fool around with other gods, the gods of your neighbors, because God, your God, who is alive among you, is a jealous God. Don't provoke Him, igniting His hot anger that would burn you right off the face of the earth. Don't push God, your God, to the wall as you did that day in Massa, the testing place. Carefully keep the commandments of your God, all the requirements and regulations He gave you. Do what is right do what is good in God's sight, so you'll live a good life and be able to march in and take this pleasant land that God so solemnly promised through your ancestors, throwing out your enemies left and right, exactly as God said. Through 24. The next time your child asks you, what do these requirements and regulations and rules that God our God has commanded mean? Tell your child, we were slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt. God powerfully intervened and got us out of that country. We stood there and watched as God delivered miracle signs, great wonders, and evil visitations on Egypt, on Pharaoh and his household. He pulled out of there so that he could bring us here and give us the land he solemnly promised to our ancestors. That is why God commanded us to follow these rules, so that we would live reverently before God. Our God, as He gives us this good life, keeping us alive for a long time to come. Verse 25, it will be a set right and put together life for us if we make sure that we do the entire commandment in the presence of God, our God, just as He commanded us to. Thank you for listening to this chapter, and God bless.